Let's go. We on what, episode 2 now? I mean, it really is like 3 because we did one a while ago.
Yeah, we did.
But I think I just chopped it up and put a little clip on it on Instagram. But either way, all right, so what you got for me today?
So today, young sir, I have 10 questions. Top 10. We're going to do a top 10. And the questions are going to be around things about being a single father.
All right. Single black fathers. Because, you got to throw that out there. Because single father, single black father, those are 2 different categories.
That's facts.
But,
we want to make it clear.
Yeah.
Clear distinction. Okay, so let's just go for the jugular. Like, what is it like dating as a single black father?
Oh, damn. You wasn't playing. It's not as tough as I thought it was going to be as far as meeting people. And I thought when I first became single, and I got my kids full time, for those who don't know, but I thought it was going to be tough because I thought women was just going to pretty much shut me down as soon as they found out I had kids. But I quickly found out that that's not the case. So I would never lie, though. I just wouldn't bring it up unless, they asked. And even then, sometimes I would try to avoid it. Because I'd be like, yo, get to know me. Because, some women do cut dudes off for that, And when I was first getting out there in the dating world, I wasn't looking for another wife. You know what I'm saying? I was looking to enjoy myself. So I didn't want to bring it up all the time. But now I realize, you know what? It actually works out in my advantage because, women tend to look at a guy who can provide like that, who can hold down, a home, who can lead, because that's what I'm doing. But I'm doing it from both aspects. So they actually respect it more. It's every now and again I might get a woman who doesn't want to deal with me because I have kids. But my kids are older now, so it would be a lot easier, versus if they was 3 and 5. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's all right now.
Okay, so let's take a little pivot. What's the most challenging aspect of raising 2 sons on your own?
Shit. Hold on, let me get these keys out of my pocket. It's tough because at the end of the day, this world is hard on men, period. Especially black men. So I'm hard on them because I want to make sure they turn out well, that they tough. But I also believe in balance in everything, every aspect of life. And there's no balance. There's no feminine balance because I don't have a woman in the home. So that's the hard part. And I can't be a woman. You know what I'm saying? No matter how nurturing I may try to be, it's just not in me. It's not natural. So I'm forcing something that's not natural. But it's because I got to kind of give them that balance. But most of the time they get in the hard side of me. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little tough because I don't know if I'm being too hard at times because they don't have that balance. But then I don't want to be too soft and, they're not prepared for the world, the tough world that's out there. So, yeah, that's really tough. Everything else is pretty simple. I mean, I used to be a behavior counselor for kids, so I work with kids. I connect with them. My relationship with my boys is great. They love being around their father. It's never one of those situations where they come on, Dad, I don't want to. Nah, they always down to hang. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the most challenging part is not being able to give them that feminine energy that they need.
So you brought up a cool word that I like. It's one of my favorite words, nurturing. So how do you define nurturing in terms of your sons?
I mean, all right, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's say if they get sick. I'm not nurturing, cause I just feel like, you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, drink some Robitussin, you be good. But so at the end of the day, it's a woman's touch, is nurturing. Even for grown men, you know, if a grown man is sick, you know, just to have a woman that he could just lay his chest on, she could just rub him and, you know, make him feel better. I'm not doing that with my boys. You know what I'm saying? I nah, don't get me wrong. I give my boys hugs, give them love all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not that nurturing when it comes to that soft side. Being able to speak to them a little bit more calm and just, you know, being more understanding of their feelings and stuff like that and their emotions. And I try to be, don't get me wrong, because I give them opportunity to speak. I'm not the father that's just like, because I said so. Like, nah, I'm going to tell you why. I want to hear what you got to say, all of that. But it's still nothing like a woman's touch, her softness, her voice, you know, that's important. And, yeah, I can't provide that. But that's what nurturing kind of looks like.
So how do you get it in there? How do you meet that need?
Sure. I don't think they getting everything they need. You know what I'm saying? They lacking in that department. You know? So, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
They still have to reach out to their mom, but, you know, she lives in a different state. So, then my mom, sometimes, she could come through and help. She lives about 40 minutes away, though. So, you know, like in a moment where they were sick, if my mom was just close, she'd probably be the one that coming in. Because that's how my mom was with me. You know, when I got sick, you know, everything stopped. And it was all about making sure I was okay. You know, shout out to my moms.
All right, so now it's going to get a little fun.
All right.
I want to know, how do you navigate dating with the noise of social media?
Shit. It's tough. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, that's the hardest thing right now because I don't think people, in particular women, really truly understand what they want, what makes them happy. I think they are being influenced by everything they see on social media. They feel like this is the life that I'm supposed to have. This is the life that this man is supposed to provide for me, based off of what they see on social media. You know, you see these women going on all these different trips, and some of them may be with their man, so they feel like, you know, my man needs to do those things. Well, not every man has the money to do those things. Don't mean that he's not a good man. Doesn't mean he can't provide. He just can't provide luxury, but he can provide a stable home. And sometimes I think that man could get to the point of providing luxury. But if that woman is also seeing that other woman on Instagram or social media that's chasing her career and is an entrepreneur, you know, that's taking time away from the home. That man can't really flourish if when he comes home, things are not in order. And things cannot be in order if that woman is chasing her dream and he's still providing for her. It can't happen. There's not enough time in the day, you know, because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm 24/7. You know what I mean? Most entrepreneurs will tell you they working 14, 16 hours a day. So how you going to do that and hold down the home? How can that man get to that next level if things are not stable at home, but yet he still has to take care of another person? I think it's damn near impossible. It could happen maybe here and there, and it'd be some women that might hear it and say, well, this happened with me, but, you know, that man might not be happy. You don't know that, because they ain't checking on him, because, you know, black men ain't being checked on like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just provide. If you can't, we out. You know what I'm saying? Social media tells us we could be out and we could get all these extra things over here. But, you know, I think we got to work together a little bit better.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because as you were talking, I was thinking about two things. And you can expound on this word partner a little later, but not right now. But two words came to me: partnership and providing. As we've evolved as a culture, how do you balance those two? Like, are you more focusing on being a provider because the woman says she wants that, or are you more like, look, we're a partnership, Or can those two live together, or it has to be one or the other?
I think it has to be one or the other. If you're going to be a partner, right, then everything is 50-50, right? Now, I know people who ready to turn me off because they heard 50-50. But what 50-50 means, it means everything has to be 50-50. So that means that if I'm coming home and now I got to do extra stuff, because, you know, back in the day, the man, he worked, he came home, he didn't really do much. Everything was already laid out because the woman wasn't really out there working. She didn't have to. But if I'm coming home and I'm cooking or I'm doing laundry or whatever, then you're going to have to put in 50-50 as far as the money, because I can't go work 12 hours, come home and still chip in. At some point, I'm not a robot. I got to be able to, you know, have some leisure time as well. I got to be able to recharge, you know. So to just being a provider, it could happen if the man happened to be in a field where he's making a lot of money. But once again, that, despite what social media will tell you, that's not happening all the time. It's, you know, it's a small percentage of people that's making enough to provide for two people and a whole family and still have luxury things. It's not happening, you know what I'm saying? Especially in our community. So with partnership is, let's work together. Your strengths, my strengths, we come together, and that's how we move forward. You might be better at certain things than I am, and vice versa. You know, let's identify that and bring it together and you know, and make it work. The roles, clearly we've evolved to the point where roles are not as defined as they used to be. There's always still certain roles though that it comes natural. I mean, you take 100 men, 100 women, you put them on an island, you know, the men gonna end up going out there to hunt. It's not gonna be the women, but you might have a woman or two that she with that. You know what I mean? You might have a man that's more domestic. You know what I mean? Instead of shaming the other for it, just identify and say, "Yo, you better at this than I am." You know what I'm saying? So you do that, and I'm gonna do this. And as long as we come together and we both put in the same amount of effort, then I think everything will work. It's when the effort is off. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. So what comes to your mind, the first thing that pops in your head when you hear the word leader?
Damn, that's a good question. First thing, a person that can provide vision. They can take a vision and get others to understand it and get everyone to move in cohesion to get to this goal, whatever that goal may be. And, you know, with a leader, sometimes you got to follow. Because once again, if you happen to be better at this particular thing, you're going to have to take the wheel and I'm going to have to follow. You know what I mean? Until we get to that one destination, then I'll come back into the, you know, because if we go on a long trip, if you and I go right now to California and we got to make it there within, you know, 4 days, I can't drive the whole way. As much as I want to drive the whole way, at some point I'm going to have to take a nap and you're going to drive. So, you know, at some point as a leader, you got to trust the people around you as well to be able to do their part, you know.
And so how do you think you're going to teach your sons about leadership? Like, what is that going to look like?
Well, one is I teach them to if you're gonna follow, make sure it's positive. You know, don't follow some negative stuff. If kids out there doing knucklehead things, don't do it. If you see something that's wrong, that shouldn't be happening, stop it, check it. You know what I mean? That's part of being a leader. You know, you got 3 people doing this bonehead stuff, and you know, it's cool to just go right along with it, but that's not a leader, that's a follower. You got to be able to say, okay, you know, this isn't right. You know, we got to put a stop to this.
What comes to your mind when you hear a woman say, "I want to be protected"?
What comes to my mind is, I don't know if this is accurate, especially based off of, conversations that we had prior to this. But I'm thinking more so from a safety standpoint of physical harm. That's how I hear it. I think most guys are hear it that way, but I can't speak for all. Some might be a little bit more in tune. But just overall feeling safe and protected, not feeling like they would be in harm's way. But after conversations, I'm thinking maybe it's a little bit more of an emotional thing as well. Because at the end of the day, if you're a single woman, just because you're in a relationship, if you're a single woman, just because you're not in a relationship, it don't mean you don't go out the house. You still go out the house, so you feel safe enough to go out the house. So, I think protection just comes from. I think now it's more from an emotional thing, but I can't really give you a definitive answer on that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another good question, which when people meet and they're having conversations about what they like, what they're interested in, you're trying to gauge this person to see if you guys are really going to connect long term or whatever your goals are. So most people are looking at long term connections, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you're listening to this person speak, you're thinking, okay, where is she going to fit in my life, and so on and so forth, whatever like that. Do you think in terms of what's going to be the part that she plays in my life? This kind of goes back to the question where we were talking about partnerships. So when you start thinking about partnerships, what is a woman's part and what would be your part? What would that look like to you?
And just specifically for me, not speaking, okay. In my life, a woman's part is more so one, being that nurturer. I'm stressed out. I'm running a business. I'm a single father. So just being able to basically tame the beast. When I'm out and about, my mindset is different. I think most men overall could speak on this. Like, your mindset is just different, so being able to calm me down when I get back home, and not saying I'm coming in the house riled up, but just bringing me down, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm just breathing easy and I could just fall asleep. That's something that's big. Not being a headache. Don't stress me out. Like, that's the biggest thing. Really, that's probably the biggest thing. Just don't stress me out. Don't cause more stress in my life. That right there is something that's huge. And I think all men talk about it, but for some odd reason, it's just not clicking, with some women. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we already dealing with a lot. The last thing we want to do is come home and deal with more shit. You know what I mean? We want to be able to relax and chill and calm down, just bring ourselves down from how it is out there in the world.
What's a man's part? What will be your part?
One, the protection that you said, keeping you feeling secure. As far as provision, it depends. It really depends. Because if that woman wants to pursue her dreams, I'm not going to be a provider, because you're not going to be able to give me everything I need. My job is not to provide for you to chase your dream. That's not my purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that I have kids. My main purpose is to make sure that they straight. And my other purpose is to overall help people to get to where they want to get to in life. But it ain't going to be through financials. For you to better yourself, mentally, spiritually, physically, to work in your purpose. But just providing a lifestyle for you so you can then chase your, I'm not doing that, Now, if this woman is more of a domestic type of woman where, she wants to be in the home and make sure the home is straight and whatever, then now I feel like, okay, I could provide there. You see what I'm saying? That would be my part. And just teaching her things, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So teaching her about business, life, making sure that regardless of if I'm here or not, she still will be okay. So everything is still going to be taught. You know, she's still going to learn all of these different things as far as business, if that day were to come. But if she just out there want to chase her own dreams the whole time and not want to be home, you know, and going on all these girls trips, and nah, I'm not about to provide you with that. I don't understand how a woman feels comfortable with that. That's a mooch. That's what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just having somebody fund your lifestyle, it's like you mooching off of them. It don't matter if it's a man and a woman, you still mooching. Imagine if I had a friend, right, that I went and moved in with him and he pays for everything. I'm considered a mooch. I'm not really doing nothing, you know, for him. I'm not cleaning, I'm not cooking as much, you know. I would be considered a mooch. What's the difference if you come into my life and all I'm doing is providing for your lifestyle, for you to do this and do that, you know, or for you to have that security net. So as you spending all your money, you know you still got a home to come to. So you can just blow your money reckless, but I got to be careful with mine. I can't enjoy my life. I can't go buy the cars or go on trips myself because I got to make sure that all these bills are paid, because you're not paying anything, but then you're not also holding down the house. If you don't want to pay anything, fine, hold down the house. That means I could put in double time and do whatever I got to do. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So
I know I'm going to get killed for that, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch this twice, maybe it might register.
So where are we, speaking as a young lady, where would I learn how to not want a guy to be a provider? This is just to start a slight argument, just for kicks, you know, just have fun. If I'm a girl who's groomed to, I've been taken care of all of my life, and then we meet, and now you're telling me that you're not going to give me the same lifestyle that I'm used to, how long are we going to last?
Depending on your lifestyle that you're used to. If the lifestyle is just being taken care of, that's one thing. If the lifestyle is luxury, that's another.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But as long as you're doing your part, then, you know, which is holding down the house.
Yeah.
You know, making sure you're not adding stress to my life. Going back a little bit to with the question as far as me, making sure that you keeping it spicy sexually. You know what I'm saying? That's important. I'm getting close. That's important. You know what I mean? Learn the art of seduction, yo. Like women, I don't know what it is, but women think that just being a woman is good enough. No, yo, that's part of the reason why men step out a lot of times. It's because men love exciting sex, and the most exciting sex is new sex. But you know, if you learn the art of seduction, you become his drug, and then he's just gonna yearn for you every time. But you gotta learn that you just being a woman is not good enough. It's a million other women out there. So I had to look in the camera on that one.
That was free game.
Yeah, free game.
Okay, so last question. Do you think dating would be different if you didn't have kids?
Yeah, I definitely think dating would be different if I didn't have kids. It'd probably be more fun, to be honest, you know? Because I wouldn't have to think about, you know, one, coming home. I could go on trips more. Like it'd be times where I'd be wanting to just go out of town, you know. Even if it's with a chick I met and we've been kicking it for, you know, a few weeks or a month or whatever. I'd be like, yo, I kind of want to go out of town, just go on a trip. I can't do that now, which means that, you know, because they want to do those type of things, and it's not that I'm doing it because they want to do it. Sometimes I actually want to do things like that. I just want to go somewhere, but I can't move in that manner, you know, because it's all on me. So it would be different. It'd probably be more fun, but then things would be a little bit more emotional driven. It'd be about the emotional connection, you know, trying to be in love. Versus now it's more about partnership. How can we build, create this life and leave a legacy for our kids and grandkids? you know, and the culture overall, you know, because I want to affect change in the Black community, period. So, and it starts in the home, and then it branches out from there. So it would be different. I don't think I would be as conscious of that if I didn't have kids. They bring that awareness. Because you want to make the world a better place for them. So you have to affect change in the immediate circle around you. Yep.
Okay, those are my 10.
All right. That's what's up. Till next time. Peace.